Well, one thing that I think is often overlooked that God can't do, and people usually assume that omnipotent God, it means you can do whatever you want. And then that leads to the idea that if there's something that's going to happen and God doesn't want it, he could just stop it. Which means that if he didn't stop it, he must, in some sense, want it, at least want it more than to prevent it. So now you have to find a divine reason for every child that was ever kidnapped and gassed and all the rest. That's the classic problem of evil. It seems to me that if God gives agents free will, the ability to go this way or that way, he just created one thing he can't do, and that is prevent us from going that way because he doesn't like it. Because if he did prevent us from going that way because he didn't like it, then he clearly didn't give us the power to go this way or that way, you see? And so it's like three sides of a triangle must have three sides, a bachelor must be unmarried, free will must be irrevocable. And that puts constraints upon what God can unilaterally do. The other thing I'll say about this is that it seems to me that the cross represents God's way of overcoming evil. God didn't show up and, flex his Arnold Schwarzenegger bicep and crush his enemies, though that's what everyone wanted Jesus to do. Rather, he gets himself crucified out of love for the very people who are crucifying him. And Paul says in 1 Corinthians 1, 18 and 24, he says, that is the power and the wisdom of God. I mean, totally. Humans have always worshipped this control power, the domination power to impose your will. And here Paul says, no, when God shows up and flexes his omnipotent bicep, it looks like him getting crucified on the cross. And the way the New Testament plays that out is that expression of love defeated the powers of sin and darkness and death, and in principle is liberated human beings. We're still in the process of that. But as I understand it, that's the kind of approach to evil that we ourselves are to take. Not this conquest approach. If we just kill a few more of them, then we're going to be okay. That's what the world's been spinning on since the beginning, that bloody merry-go-round. We're to take this humble, self-sacrificial approach of the cross to vanquish evil. And I think in the end, it's the only thing that has the hope of vanquishing evil. So it's the power of the cross. The power of persuasive love, the power of influence. God's winning us over by displaying his beauty by what he does for us on the cross. I think that's the most powerful force in the universe.